Well, hello there, YouTube. This is Mr. Gibson Guy, and welcome back to the channel. Oh, today I have something new for a video that I'm doing. I don't do much health related. I've done some exercise videos for seniors, but I have not done much about health. But when I check the statistics of my audience on my YouTube channel here, I see that the vast majority of the people that watch my videos are older men, mostly seniors like me. I'm 72 years old. I had my birthday last month and still kicking at this point. And I have done exercise videos for seniors. It's about lifting weights and free exercises and things that we can do to stay in shape when we get older. But just like everybody else, I avoid as much as I can feeling the effects of age, but some of them are just out there and they're going to happen. And that's why I'm making this video, because one particular thing that has bothered me for many years that I haven't cured myself of it. This isn't a cure, this is a treatment, but I have gotten it really under control, which is a real blessing to me. And what I'm talking about, most of you men that are watching this know exactly what I'm talking about, and that is the pain of the enlarged prostate. Now, the prostate gland is down lower in our abdomen, and it's a little gland that goes underneath the bladder and wraps around the urethra. And as we grow older and older, that gland swells up, it grows, it gets bigger. That's what enlarges, and what that does is it constricts the flow of urine out of the bladder. And you know, we could have a bladder our whole lives and never even pay attention to it, but men have to pay attention to it when you get older, because it keeps you up all night long. Every hour you gotta get up and pee, or every 2 hours you gotta get up and go to the bathroom again and drain out a few drops, and then go back to bed and get up an hour later and do it all again. And it's a pretty miserable way to live when you just can't get a good night's sleep. And I, after looking at the analytics of my channel and my viewers, I saw, man, people watch this channel are got to be just like me. We get older males who pee all night long. So I investigated this on YouTube, looked over. A lot of people have ideas of how you can fix glaucoma, or how you can, if your legs fall off, you can put them back on again. They have cures for everything. Tinnitus, that's one that was kind of interesting. I actually had tried out some exercises on a tinnitus channel, and it seemed to help with the ringing in the ears, but then I never found the channel again, so can't find the right exercises. I gotta look for those. But today I'm talking about something that I searched for, and I have found a treatment which helps me deal with it. You're not going to ever shrink your prostate gland. It's there, it's going to stay big. You can have a surgeon cut it if you want to do that, or you can just live with it, or you can take saw palmetto tablets. Sometimes you take those, it'll work for 1 or 2 days, but then it's all just going to go back to getting up 5 times a night and being miserable and grouchy the next morning because you're so tired. So I followed this, and I found this exercise that a number of different channels recommend, and I tried doing the exercise myself, and at first I wasn't cured, but I did notice that my number of times waking up were fewer. And that happened within like the first few days of me doing them. I reduced the number of trips to the bathroom for the night, and I increased the length of how long I could sleep. You know, I go from 1 hour to 2 hours to 3 hours, and you're still getting up, but you know, you're doing better. And so I've been doing these for a couple of months, and also fitting them in with my lifestyle. And I'm going to show you the exercise, describe exactly what it is right now, but if you really want to get the benefit, watch as I take you through. You got to understand what it is you're doing, how it works, when you should do it, and when it won't do you any good. And you know, what are the things we can do that will help it? Because ultimately the goal that we want to have is you want to be able to sleep 7 or 8 hours interrupted every night. And that is something that's completely possible if we take all of these different steps, which are not difficult, it's pretty simple. But if you do these things, this exercise will work for you, and you can get to where you're sleeping 7 or 8 hours every night. Last night, I slept 7 hours. The night before that, I slept 7 hours uninterrupted. And the night before that, I slept 8 hours. That's when it really hit me when I looked at the clock. And, oh my gosh, I'm going to sleep for 8 hours. I haven't done that in ages. Back when I was in my 60s or something. So a long time ago. But first, the exercise. Now, this is the tennis ball. That's what you use. And this is a regular bench. Got weights on it. Bench press. But I'm not using it for bench press. I'm using it for rolling back and forth on this thing. And you roll on the tennis ball. Now, if you'll excuse my language, I hate talking this way, but we're going to sit on the tennis ball, and we're going to roll the tennis ball from the front, I hate saying this, from the front of the anus, and it's going to roll forward to the back of the scrotum, and then back over your butthole, and up to your scrotum, and back and forth like that. Now also, you notice while you do it on this plastic bench, it has a tendency to slide, and you keep moving forward, and then you don't move back as much. You move forward more because the tennis ball is sliding forward while you're supposed to be rolling it. So you have to push it back about every 5 to 10 repetitions, and then roll again. Now, what you're rolling over is your pelvic bone, and part of it is bone right there, and there's nothing between the tennis ball and the bone except a little flap of skin there. So I'm using my legs and my arms to hold up, support some of my weight, so I'm not putting it all there. Also, I do these exercises like 50 in a set now. But you can't start out with that. You got to start out with 5 or 10 just to get used to it. And you don't want to press too much of your weight against that skin because you don't want to start damaging that rather sensitive skin that's down there. So that's why you got to keep the weight off with your shoulders. And I would do this like 50 times. And then do 4 sets of them, so an average of 200. Now that's the exercise. Now, the things that we do with the exercise all work together to get us to reach our goal, which is sleeping 8 hours. It can be done. And if you're like me, about this time you really would love to do something that will help you to sleep 8 hours. But there's a couple things that I have learned from my own lifestyle that add to this. First of all, you the way that this thing works is that prostate is gripping the urethra right below the bladder, constricting things. And while you're doing this exercise, what the tennis ball is doing, rolling under there, is it's pressing up, compressing your prostate gland from beneath. Your weight of your body is pressing down here, your internal organs and everything, and the force from the tennis ball is pushing up against it. So the prostate's kind of getting contracted, compressed, I guess would be the best word. And when the prostate is compressed, your bladder can empty itself, which is what the goal is. Now, my diet, first of all, I'm on a carnivore diet. You don't need to do that for this. That's my own particular thing. But part of my diet is that I practice every day intermittent fasting. That means people get turned off by that, and I've done a couple different videos on intermittent fasting. But intermittent fasting, in my case, means that I get up in the morning and I have a sip of some water. No flavoring or anything like that, just some water. And I come out to my exercise room here and I work out 1 to 2 hours just about every day. But I do it on a completely empty stomach. I haven't eaten since the night before, or the evening before. And so all night I'm digesting food. In the morning I get up and my system is completely empty. My digestive system has nothing in it. And so I'm running in a state of ketosis, doing my workout with no food that is feeding the body and the muscles. So it all has to absorb fat and apply that. So you're living off your body fat, which are your emergency stores. And I do my exercises like that every day, which is great. But then I don't get to eat breakfast until I start making breakfast about 11. I'm retired, so I can do that. And eat 11:30, and then I clean up, and I'm good for the day because I've eaten my breakfast. And then later on in the day, I start to get a little bit hungry. I'll generally reach up in the counter and have a few strips of beef jerky. I eat a lot of beef jerky. That's good to nibble on, especially. It's all protein, and so that's what you want. You don't want to get all the sugary stuff. So beef jerky is my snack that substitutes for lunch. And then about 5 o'clock, I'm getting pretty hungry, so I start making my dinner. Eat it at 5:30. I'm done with eating by 6, and that means 6 p.m. No more food, no more eating, no snacking until 11:30 the next morning when I finish my exercise and I have breakfast again. So that gives me approximately a 7-hour window that I eat, and a 17-hour window that I don't have any food in my system. So, or it's being digested. So I'm not eating 17 hours, I'm eating 7. And to apply that to this, the tennis ball exercise, in order to completely get my bladder empty, when I finish eating and I clean my dishes at 6, I don't eat anymore till tomorrow, and I don't drink any more water till tomorrow, or drink any more anything. No drinking. You stop at 6 and you don't drink. You drink again in the morning when you first get up. You can eat then, because you're not trying to keep your bladder empty after you made it through the night. But in order to have it empty, stop drinking at 6 p.m. and then go to the bathroom 4 times before you go to bed. So you start getting ready for bed, and then about 11 o'clock is your final trip to the bathroom, and you won't drink again until morning, and that will give you the most chance. 4 times you're going to go pee after dinner, Oh, not 4 times in a row, but within the next 4 hours, you're going to pee 4 times. And aim for going to bed about 11 o'clock. And then 11 o'clock till midnight is 1 hour. And then midnight to 6 is 6 hours. So 1 plus 6 is 7. When you do that, that the 4th time that you pee at 11 o'clock, if you empty your bladder completely, then you should be able to make it 7 hours after you've done these exercises for a while. And then, so that's the idea, is you want to get the fluids out of your system, out of your bladder and into the toilet, and not have to pee again. And that's going to help you. Now, the other thing that I will add to this one, this is the final one that's going to get you to your 8 hours where you want to be, of having great sleep uninterrupted, not having to get up and go to the bathroom, is you know my schedule because I just told you, and I do this tennis ball exercise when I come out in the morning and do all my other exercises. But if you think about it, that's probably the time you need to constrict your prostate the least. The time when you really want to constrict your prostate, to compress it and make it smaller for the time being, would be 10 o'clock at night. If you're going to bed at 11, you want to try to do 200 of these exercises on the tennis ball at 10 o'clock at night and get everything down there compressed as much as possible so that you can completely empty your bladder. But we're going to say 6 p.m., no more drinks. 10 p.m., do your 200 repetitions of your tennis ball exercise. 11 o'clock at night, your 4th that night trip to the bathroom, and completely empty out your bladder. And that's the whole thing right then. You can drink again when you get up in the morning. That's the whole bowl of wax. It is never going to cure you. You're never going to make your prostate smaller. But what it does is it gives you the challenge to manage how your prostate is working and get it working correctly and get it scheduled to fit your schedule. And you will start sleeping every night. So try this out. Let me know how it works. I did this video because I've done these things. I've practiced these for a couple of months and got to where I'm sleeping at night. And I want you to get to sleep at night too. It's, these are great years of our life, the golden years of them, and it starts with getting a good night's sleep. So thank you for watching, and until the next one, this is Mr. Gibson Guy, and I am out of here.